So check this out, man. I'm over here rereading the book of Matthew. I just finished it, and I'm about to read it again for a more in-depth understanding. And I'm reading in Matthew chapter 1 about how David the king, in chapter 1 verse 6, and Jesse begat David the king, and David the king begat Solomon of her that had been the wife of Urias. So that means Solomon was born from David and Urias, his wife, Uriah, the wife of Urias, right? And when David committed adultery. So Solomon was born in the midst of adultery. And I'm over here connecting the dots. It kind of makes sense why Solomon has such a lustful spirit, like having all those concubines and stuff, because he too was born in adultery. My mother and father, like, they had me after they were married, you know what I'm saying? And I understand that, it's just crazy because I wasn't really born in the midst of adultery, you know what I'm saying? That kind of makes sense why I didn't battle with so much lust compared to other men that I may know. I haven't spread my seed with a plethora of women compared to most men on earth, you know what I'm saying? And it's because, I grew up with a good moral background. I grew up with a mom, a father, there my entire life. So I was used to, I was used to witnessing unity. But the people that I know that maybe they was born in the midst of adultery, you know what I'm saying? Like most people are, you know what I'm saying? And it's probably why they probably battle with so much. It's hard for them to stop having sex, you know what I'm saying? Because maybe it's just the way they was born into this world. Maybe it's a generational curse, from just like how Solomon was. It has me thinking, now granted, like, if families, like, they commit adultery within their own life, mother and father, they repent, then they get married and have a kid, who knows if it's still in the midst of adultery? Like, who knows if those parents truly repented for real, you know what I'm saying? But, having a kid post-marriage, that is how God designed it. And that's why I was brought into this world. And it makes sense why, like, I felt like I didn't have to battle the same type of demons that a lot of my brothers battled. I still battle with lust, of course, but I was always the outsider. Like, I didn't really have sex when the men around me were having sex, you know what I'm saying? Like, I used to feel kind of left out-ish. I used to compare myself to those in the world, you know what I'm saying? But it kind of makes sense why I am the way I am and who I'm growing to be, And it just makes so much sense, overall. I'm just so blessed that God gave me this life, but I got big shoes to fill. I got shoes to fill, based off the shoes that my ancestors built. So it's up to me, man. Like, y'all see what it is, man. I'm out here, man, in nature, and I'm just trying to remain in the spirit, you know what I'm saying? Shalom.